Hi, I'm Stuart Porter, Chartered Financial Planner. Today we're going to talk about children and money. As with most financial planning, there's no absolute answer which fits everyone, and you must consider your personal circumstances before taking any action. For more information, please visit my website, stuartporterfinancialplanning.com. As our children grow up, our concerns about them evolve. Whether they are 2 or 42, as parents, we want to make sure they're okay. Money and finance touch almost every aspect of our lives, and yet they're not topics that many families discuss openly. So I've put together this short presentation which gives a few tips about money for parents. I've split the presentation up into different age groups, but most of the content applies to children of all ages. When I take instructions from clients for the preparation of their wills, those with young children generally don't want them to have complete control over their inheritance at the age of 18 if they are orphaned at a young age. Clients worry about the impact inheriting a large sum of money may have on a young person, the potential distraction from their education, their lack of knowledge and experience in managing money, the possibility of what took a lifetime to accumulate being squandered in a short period of time, and the resulting financial insecurity. It's not just young people who make mistakes with their finances. For many years, lottery and football pools winners were given no help in understanding how they should use their winnings. As a result, many were in a worse financial position a few years after their win than they had been beforehand, and often less happy due to the problems associated with the sudden accumulation of wealth. Academic studies about basic financial literacy have been running for many years. These range from a 3-question survey to one in Australia which takes hours to complete. The results of these tests have been consistent regardless of the country in which they are conducted or the level of education a person has. They show that more than half of the general population does not understand financial basics like inflation, compounding and percentages, all of which are fundamental to developing a sound financial plan for life. It's not surprising, whilst percentages and compounding are taught in maths, the practical implications are not. Few students study economics or finance in school, and so would not be expected to understand inflation, for example, why it occurs and why it's important to their future. Whilst in education, when it comes to their personal finances, children only need to understand basic maths and 2 principles. They need to save first and spend what's left, not the other way around, and they cannot spend more than they receive, as this is the road to ruin later in life. I've put together a few thoughts based on the ages of children in the next few slides. Young children are perceptive, and they will often pick up attitudes about money from their parents. For slightly older children, giving them pocket money in return for some housework develops a work ethic and a bit of financial independence. Reminding them to bring their money when they go out with you will also enable them to see if they have enough money to buy the things they want when they go shopping. Whilst it may be easy just to give the money to your child if they don't have enough for an item, this can communicate unintended values about money which influences attitudes later in life. It's never too early for a conversation about delayed gratification. As they get older, children want to make their own choices about the clothes they wear and where they go out with friends. Giving them an allowance for clothes and socializing helps them understand budgeting. It also helps them develop good financial habits and independence. At this stage, introducing concepts such as saving some of their money for larger items and buying gifts for their friends' birthdays can also be helpful. Once children are adults and attending university, they will need to draw on the financial lessons they've learnt at home. Managing their budget over a term will take willpower. Unexpected expenses are a reality, and so this needs to be factored into their budget. As young adults, they will be eligible for credit cards and other forms of debt for the first time. Student loans may be unavoidable, but parents should make sure their children avoid getting into unnecessary debt. Credit cards are especially problematic for young people as the monthly interest rates look harmless, but due to compounding are actually very high. When children get their first job, they will probably be receiving more money on a regular basis than they have ever received. This is the time when good habits need to be reinforced. Saving first and spending what's left. Making sure your children understand their employee benefits, such as a pension, and building an emergency fund are key. Speaking with clients over the years, many wish they'd known more about their personal finances in their 20s. Encouraging your children to self-educate and read up about basic personal finance is important. Many people have just one source of income, their salary. If they lose their job, their lifestyle is threatened. This is why financial planners recommend their clients to have at least 6 months of expenses covered with cash in the bank. As pay rises and hopefully promotions come, it's tempting to increase spending in line with the new level of income. Perhaps moving to a bigger home or buying a more expensive car or other status symbols. However, one of the fastest ways to build a solid financial base is to save these increases rather than spend them. This will provide your children with a second source of income. If they don't need the income, it can be reinvested, taking the advantage of compounding. Wealth will grow, and eventually a day will come when they don't need to rely on their salary for their standard of living. This financial independence leads to more fulfilling lives, and they will be able to do what they want for a living rather than just chasing the next paycheck and stressing about losing their job. Many parents of children in their 30s or even 40s still worry about how they manage their finances. Unless they're in a real fix, it's unlikely that children of this age will discuss their finances with their parents. If you have concerns over how your older child would manage a large inheritance and you can afford it, maybe a lifetime gift would give you some peace of mind or realize your worst fears. This has several benefits. You can see how it impacts their lives and what they've chosen to do with the money. And this knowledge can help you make arrangements for them through your will if they act unwisely, or discuss your concerns with them. Lastly, subject to a few caveats, this will reduce the potential death duties paid on your estate too. Children understand the concept of money and what it can do for them a lot younger than many parents give them credit for. By teaching children simple ideas from an early age, they will develop habits which stand them in good stead when you're not there to watch over them, whether that's when they leave home or after your death. Older children with families of their own may not be so forthcoming about their finances if you want to help them. However, it's never too late, and there's always the next generation to consider. I hope you found this video useful and informative, and please remember to like and subscribe.